Folks, welcome to the Monday Night Raw review for October 15th, 2018, the 15th day of Halloween.
Sure, you always say
fun.
that, but okay.
It is. It's the 15th day of Halloween. Ask anybody. Chrisick McNutt, Ian Farmer, Sean Cook, George Brown, Dylan Olermore, O'Miller? Nicholas, we were not late.
Actually,
so
my clock says 8:30.
my
I
clock
actually
says-
clicked live at 8:29, but it takes like 30 seconds for it to initiate on YouTube's end.
Oscar Strange says, "What is from Ottawa, fellas? What's going on, man? I feel bad for your Senators." Fully Clutch is here. He says, "Hey, Tim and Nick." Steve Enblum tries to start. Everyone thinks it's weird. No, this isn't my second job ever. I've worked since I was 15. I made the tweet about me going to my new job today.
Gotcha.
That's just the new one. That isn't just my second one ever. I'm
No.
fucking 19 years old, guys. Oh my goodness. Woken King Slender, George John Cox. Del Real New York. Only door you ever kicked down is the door to John Cena's bedroom. I fucking hated that line personally. I
Yeah.
really hated that line, and I'll tell you why when we get there. So let's talk about Ian Farmer giving $4.99 saying PW is my daddy. I'm sorry, the only person I'm daddy to is my lovely puppy Angel, because that's my dog and I'm technically her father. But we appreciate the $4.99 baby boy. I'll refer to him as baby boy from now on.
Sure.
I'll refer to you as baby boy. So let's talk about the show.
Monday Night Raw kicks off, and we've got Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre coming out. Michael Cole plugged Strowman's title match at Crown Jewel, but they never once said where Crown Jewel is taking place. And I could be wrong. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But to be consistent, when they mentioned Evolution, I never heard them once say Uniondale, New York, in the Nassau Coliseum. So their thing right now is they're going to mention big pay-per-view style shows, but not tell you where they're at. And
I don't know.
That doesn't mean they're going to change Evolution or anything. I think it was just, if people heard us announce or say the location of one pay-per-view and not Crown Jewel, then people are going to start, you know what I mean?
Exactly. People are going to get really, really...
And a little quick side note, if you didn't see our video earlier, according to Brian Alvarez on today's Wrestling Observer Live, he did state that there is a plan to move some of the matches if they don't do Crown Jewel, but not to move the show. It's either Saudi Arabia or no Crown Jewel, just so you guys know.
Mhm.
But things can change over the next 3 weeks. So,
Which, I hope they do.
as far as not go,
Yes.
interesting. Some also feel that if they're not in Saudi Arabia, we ain't getting that Shawn Michaels DX Brothers Destruction match.
Oh, what a shame.
I mean, Terry Funk said it. He goes, Terry Funk did an interview and was like, Shawn Michaels only came back for that Saudi Arabia money. He's like, that money enticed him. Which I wouldn't doubt it. He's going to get a lot of money. At least like $1 or $2 million. But anyways, back to Raw. So Ziggler called out the best three-man group in WWE history, called them, that is. And they bragged about beating the Shield last week. They showed a replay, plus a post-show interview by Dean Ambrose, where he told Caleb Braxton, I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe I just don't fit in anywhere anymore. McIntyre said Ambrose has finally seen the truth, and the Shield has been shattered.
Spoken like a true furry.
Strowman then said that Roman Reigns' buddies wouldn't be there to help him at Crown Jewel. McIntyre said that he would beat Rollins to qualify for the World Cup and prove that he's the best in the world. Ziggler said that he had a qualifying match too, and they could end up facing each other. McIntyre said he was good, but buddy, you're no Drew McIntyre. Strowman interrupted before they could argue and said Reigns and Brock Lesnar would get these hands at Crown Jewel. Again, no mention of Saudi Arabia, which there wasn't any on the entire show. Shield's music hits, and only Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns come out. Seth Rollins starts to talk for a second. He said that he would prove what the world already knows, that he's the best in the world. Ziggler welcomed 2/3 of the Shield and said that he would gladly take a forfeit since it looks like Ambrose is not here. Rollins would then go on to say, shut up. Ambrose runs on Ambrose time. He'll be here when he knows he needs to be here. So it's like, you tell everybody to be there early. You tell everybody I'd be here at a specific time, well before the show starts. But Dean Ambrose could just show up whenever he wants.
I don't know, man. A lot of this stuff just seems weird to me with the way they're doing the Shield stuff. I don't know what the goal is for this. I really don't know what they're intending on.
So Roman takes to the mic, and the crowd just boos so loud.
Real quick, thank you, Ian Farmer, again for the $2.99. Thank you, baby boy. I thought the conquistador was James Ellsworth.
Nope, we're most likely going to see James tomorrow.
Yeah, probably. We have to.
I mean, it was reported by PW Insider that he's scheduled to be at SmackDown 1000.
I'd like that. I think that'd be cool.
After being booed out of the building at Bound for Glory.
God, yeah.
So Roman starts to talk. People boo. He said that he loves Philly. Well, Rollins. See, before, like, Reigns barely got a word out, and then Rollins just took it over and was just like, we love Philly. Maybe it's the cheesesteak, or because it's a fighting town.
Remember when you and The Rock got booed out of there?
Yeah.
Thank you, Nicholas, for the $2. He said, make sure you register to vote. Seriously, go register to vote.
So Rollins then challenged McIntyre to do their qualifying match right now, and McIntyre agreed. We had a 13.5-minute match.
Not a bad match at all. These two guys together,
it's
a reliable. Happens a lot, and it gets kind of tiring, but it's one of those matches where you work enough together, you start to grow some chemistry as wrestlers together. I love when Drew countered the Falcon Arrow into his own suplex. I really, really like that spot. It's just showing that they're coming up with new things every time for two guys that seem like they face off a lot, and I like making each match feel fresh. Stephen Florence with the $2. Who is the best entrance, including WWE and NXT? Is it Velveteen Dream? No, it's Aleister Black.
Yeah,
no,
the camera.
Tommaso.
Well, I like the camera angle on Black, especially on like a takeover when the smoke's coming up and the camera's like down right at his feet, looking up at him.
Yeah,
it's a pretty cool angle. Anyways, so Renee Young, as the match begins, says that she doesn't know where Dean Ambrose is. She reiterated that he runs on Ambrose time and that it's a real thing. Ziggler ran down a few minutes into the match as it looked like. So McIntyre pulls up the ring skirt, and the ref's like, you better not grab a weapon. Don't grab a weapon. And he points to the metal bracings around the ring. And he's like, I'm going to slam Rollins into it. And so Ziggler runs down, distracts everybody, runs into the ring, then slides out. And as he's doing this, I was confused at first. McIntyre crawls under the ring. My first thought was, oh, he's going to come out and spray a damn fire extinguisher. But instead, when Rollins goes, like he kneels down to grab him, I guess he was going to grab him by the foot or something to drag him out, McIntyre puts his arms through like the metal bracing, and he pulls Rollins so he goes shoulder first into the metal. And then
it's a rough thing to watch. It's real rough to watch.
It wasn't. I mean, it worked. I don't know. It was kind of just too random for me. Like, what are you doing? It wasn't really. It was a spot that really wasn't needed, and kind of just for a minute or two, I was just like, what was that even accomplishing? Mm-hmm. Like, you could have done the same thing with him getting distracted by Dolph, and then McIntyre running at him and like clotheslining or like body checking him shoulder first into the barricade, and probably would have done the same amount of damage, because this really didn't hinder Seth Rollins that much. I mean, they go straight to a commercial, and Rollins comes back and hits a super kick and a sling blade and a blockbuster. Like, what?
I don't know how I feel about the blockbuster as a move anymore.
Why?
It's just dumb.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
I don't know.
So McIntyre was on the top, so Rollins ran up in his superplex. Then it was McIntyre who floated over into a Falcon Arrow for a 2, like Nick said earlier. Rollins then hit an enziguri in his super kick, but was distracted by Ziggler before he could go to the stomp. Rollins nailed both Ziggler and McIntyre with the separate dives, Moments later, Ziggler pulled the rope down and Rollins fell out of the ring. Ambrose would finally show up and run down attacking Ziggler. McIntyre would lay out Ambrose. Rollins gave McIntyre a stomp, slid back into the ring, and won with a count-out victory. So Ambrose did help his Shield brother win.
I like it. I mean, again, the match was good. I just don't understand what the end goal is for the Shield and Dean Ambrose.
Which it gets more wacky later.
Alonzo says, I'm going to SmackDown 1000 tomorrow. Y'all want pictures? Fuck yeah, dude.
Heck yeah.
Dude, send what you need. We'll throw some up on here if you get some good ones. We'll throw them up on the show. Make sure you send it to us before we go live, though.
Yeah. SmackDown's coming here 2 days after TLC.
You gone?
Not if we're going to TLC.
True.
I ain't made money. Anyways. So, next up, they showed Nikki and Brie Bella. They were sulking around, or they were walking around backstage before entering their locker room. The crowd was booing. Bayley then ran into Trish Stratus and Lita. This was the first of 3 times we saw Bayley tonight. She gave them both a big hug.
Real quick, $5 from Kristen McNutt. I didn't really enjoy Raw tonight because I'm tired of seeing the same guys wrestle every single week. Put some new guys like Zack Ryder, Rhino, or No Way Jose. Rhino maybe not, but Zack and Jose. Again, I don't see why you can't just throw those guys in to really freshen things up.
Rhino,
it's like
go for it.
He bought a boat. He has a boat.
It's like a yacht.
Yeah, it's like a yacht. He's real. Jericho's podcast. He talks to him a lot about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, sprinkling guys like Zack Ryder, No Way Jose. It can really freshen up watching Raw. It can make a 3-hour show feel like 2 hours and 59 minutes.
Now, I don't know how true this is, but there is a rumor going around that it has been talked about to put Ryder on 205 Live, but if so, he'd have to lose 20 pounds. Because he's 225.
Ooh, him and Kanellis in 205 Live tag division would be fun.
He'd have to lose at least 20 pounds, though. He likes to be that swole bro.
He could still be a swole bro and be a small bro.
No. I mean, if you look at Cedric before he lost his weight to get in the Cruiserweight Classic, you can see the difference. I mean, I guess it was better for Cedric. If Ryder would lose the 20 pounds, we don't know if he'd lose 20 pounds or 20 pounds of muscle. You know?
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
And Ryder's always had that, like, swole kind of look. If he lost 20 pounds of muscle or even 10 pounds of muscle, if he lost the weight to get down to 205, he would look a lot different. He'll probably look like he did when he was an Edgehead. When they were the Major Brothers on ECW.
Oh, yeah. Let's continue on here.
So, they showed a graphic for DX with the words "up next" on the screen, and the crowd cheered. Getting a replay from last week. So, Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns were shown walking backstage. Rollins made a remark about Ambrose being on lunatic time. Ambrose got a little offended and was like, what is that supposed to mean? Lunatic? And they laughed like, hey, it's all in good humor. Rollins, excuse me. Rollins and Reigns were a little taken aback by Ambrose getting offended, I guess you could say. They tried to calm him down, and he goes, I got my own match to worry about, and he walks off.
Thank you, Ian Farmer, again for the $3.99. I think Ryder wouldn't fit in because he's just a little too tall. That makes sense. Travis Ray, you're right. He's killing it on main event right now. He's doing great. Are you dead?
No, I thought you were...
No, I just said he's doing great.
Oh, okay. Anyways... So they then did a pre-tape segment with Undertaker and Kane. This is a little, I guess not too wacky for Undertaker and Kane. Kane said that the DX reunion was built on a bed of lies. The Undertaker said respect wasn't keeping Shawn Michaels away. It was fear. They said that the match is over. The match will be over at Crown Jewel. Triple H can sink back into a boardroom, and Michaels can find safety in retirement. And they had 3 words of their own. Rest in peace.
Not bad.
We then had Ember Moon and...
Real quick.
Go for it.
Steven Florence with the $5. Y'all hyped about that women's tag division when the single belts are barely interesting. You got a good point there. I am excited to see what they do with this and how they go about it, but we will have to see. Thank you, Stephen Florence, for the $5.
So, we then get Ember Moon and Nia Jax come out. We then see that they're taking on the team of Dana Brooke and Tamina, the returning Tamina. Before the match does start, they do let us know that at Evolution, there's going to be a big women's battle royal with Raw and SmackDown superstars, and the winner will get a shot at the Women's Championship at a future date. In this battle royal so far is Asuka, Carmella, Nia Jax.
Yeah, hey, imagine that. Imagine Asuka being in a fucking battle royal when she was one of the top fucking superstars. Not even top women superstars, but just top superstar on NXT. That fucking baffles my mind. Ian Farmer with the $3.99. Why did Kurt Angle look like Frank Costanza? That's a good one.
Now, remember though, Asuka did win a pretty big battle royal, a royal battle royal, to earn a shot at WrestleMania. Anyways, in this women's battle royal at Evolution, it's Asuka, Carmella, Nia Jax, Dana Brooke, Ember Moon, Naomi, Alicia Fox, Tamina, Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, Lana, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, and what they called the legend, Tori Wilson.
Really weird to just throw Tori. I guess you got to have a name in there that people will really look at.
I find it odd that she's in a... Well, I guess I don't, because there's a lot of quote-unquote legends that was in that Royal Rumble, and the winner got a shot at the WrestleMania, so...
Yeah.
Anyways, match went about 4 to 5 minutes long. Jax and Tamina were in the ring. Young said, "This is what the women's evolution is all about right here." Tamina gave Jax a Samoan drop, which got a pretty okay reaction, with her being able to, do it to Nia Jax, no offense. Moon eventually tagged in and gave Brooks an Eclipse for the win. Match was meh. After the match, though, Tamina confronted Jax. Moon tried to stop them, but they shoved her down. Tamina then knocked down Nia Jax, and Nia Jax looked like she was about to start crying, like she kind of was. Like, you're a pro wrestler and you got shoved down. Why are you crying?
Yeah.
So, Ember Moon and Tamina kind of teamed up to try and they did throw Nia Jax over the top rope, like the teasing the battle royal aspect of things. Moon then obliged. Crowd booed for a minute as they thought this may have been a heel turn of Ember Moon. Ember Moon then went after Tamina. Moon tried tossing her out of the ring, and instead they both went out over the top rope, and then all of a sudden you see, hey, Dana Brooke, she's just still in the ring. If this happens at Evolution, she wins a title shot. And she didn't do jack diddly.
I really like what Stephen Florence has to say here, going back to the first match of the night. Out of all of the roster, why is the Intercontinental Champion in the World Cup?
Because Intercontinental Champions are the workhorse, and a workhorse should be considered the best in the world. And remember, this isn't just the World Cup. This is the WWE World Cup. No, let me restart that. This is the WWE World Cup to crown the best in the world.
Yeah, it's the crown the best in the world, but only according to America, because there's only Americans.
Hey, there may be a quote-unquote... Well, no. Well, would you...
It's either going to be I don't know if he'd be from Mexico. I don't know what he would represent, because you're talking about Ray.
Yeah, I know. It's like representing Mexico from San Diego, California. Or you just put Shinsuke in there, but I doubt Shinsuke beats Ray in his first match back.
Exactly.
Anyways. So then... Oh, my God. Ronda Rousey comes out. This was both good and bad at the same time.
It was awful.
More bad than good. Ronda did have some good points in here, but she cannot deliver long-form scripts. Long-form scripted lines.
No.
Where do I start? She smiled on her way down to the ring, and then got serious as she got into the ring. She couldn't help but smile when a Ronda chant broke back out. Excuse me. Ronda said the Bellas betrayed her in front of the world. Rousey just wanted an explanation and said, "Come out here and tell me why you attacked me last week. So Nikki and Brie come out. Crowd booed, almost like a Roman Reigns type of boo. Nikki said, the crowd didn't pay to see Ronda Rousey. They paid to see the Bella twins. Nikki said that they don't owe her an explanation.
Not true at all. That is such a non-true fucking statement.
Nikki said that they don't even owe her an explanation. Brie explained that Rousey disrespected them by disregarding what they have done for this business. Nikki said that Rousey was the reason they came back to compete. Nikki wondered why she was even there and called her a loser who doesn't deserve it.
Holy crap. Real quick, we've got donations coming in up the butt. $4.99. Live crowd was loving Ronda's promo. Absolutely. Should WWE strip Seth of the IC title because it's been over 30 days since he's defended his title? Brock didn't defend it for like 6 months.
No, because he tried to defend it a couple weeks ago, and Baron Corbin said, no, the title is not on the line. So he has tried, but not been allowed.
But thank you both for the $4.99 and $5, respectively.
And so I think the reason the crowd liked it, despite Ronda not really delivering the lines that well, she spoke some truth about Nikki.
A little bit.
So, where was I? Nikki said that Rousey didn't deserve a title shot and Nikki should be the champion right now. Nikki said that they made diva mean something. They made that word mean strong and powerful. Their reality show put more women and girls in the crowds, and they made people want to see women's wrestling even more. Nikki said that Rousey walked into an evolution that the Bellas started, and the title she wore wouldn't exist without them.
Not true again.
Crowd then chanted, break her arm. Rousey said she tried to be respectful. She knew that the WWE was their territory first. She also knew that the Divas era made her sick to her stomach, but they made the most of what they were given. Rousey was happy to congratulate Nikki a few weeks ago when they barely said hello to her. She thought maybe they could get into this together, really show what women can do, break the stereotype, but the Bellas now embody the stereotype. She said the Bellas are nothing more than DMBs, do nothing Bellas.
Yeah, that wasn't good at all.
Rousey said they were starved for attention and was amazed at how far they went with a minimal amount of talent. She said they leached off the names of their men. She literally said to Nikki, you leached off your ex. Crowd started chanting yes, like louder than anything on the show. She said, basically to Brie, you stole your man's moveset. They were a relic and need to be excavated like smallpox. Rousey said that she could rip out both of their arms and beat them with it. She added, I will ruin you. Brie then called Ronda jealous. Nikki said, they knocked down the doors. Rousey got fired up saying that I knocked down doors in judo. I knocked down doors in Strikeforce, UFC, and now right here at home in the WWE. Rousey added that the only door you knocked down was the door to John Cena's bedroom.
So the reason I don't like that, I really don't like the idea of we're women, we're strong, we're powerful, we don't put each other down. But hey, you once sucked John Cena's dick, so you're a no-no person. You're bad. It doesn't make sense.
That was like right before SummerSlam when they had Carmella still the champion, Becky, and Charlotte in the ring. And Carmella's thing was, I'm better than both of you because I'm better looking. Not that I'm a better athlete or that I'm a better wrestler. No, I'm better than both of you because I'm better looking.
They're so bass-ackwards with the things that they do.
So then Brie would go on to say that we've accomplished more here in the WWE than you have in the WWE. Well, no shit. They've been around for what, 8 years? Ronda's been around for 6 months? Of course they may have, quote-unquote, accomplished more. Who's the better of the three, though? So Ronda said, either come down here and take your ass whooping, or I'm going to come up there and give it to you. Bella's started to walk down. Well, first, before that, Nikki wanted to shake her ass a little bit.
$2 for Stephen Florence. U.S. belt needs a makeover. It's the worst looking one in WWE. You not wrong.
I think it's okay. So Nikki shakes her ass. They look like they're going to go down to the ring. They take about 2 or 3 steps. Then security comes out. You got about 8 security guys getting down there in front of Ronda. And Ronda throws a couple of them around. Crowd chanted for Ronda. After she does her, what is it? I guess it's a spinning Samoan drop. Twisting Samoan drop.
I'll tell you what it is. Bad. A mess.
She does that to one of the security guards, and when she looks back up at the ramp, magic, voodoo. The bell has disappeared. It was that damn Sue Young magic from Bound for Glory.
Yeah. Oh, Bound for Glory.
So she gets back in the ring. She's like just screaming and yelling and hooting and hollering, and I don't even know what. Crowd's going absolutely crazy for Ronda Rousey. And then we see Kurt Angle. Oh, Lord.
He looked like, you ever watch Jurassic Park?
Of course I've seen Jurassic Park. I don't know what Jurassic Park is.
Did I say Jurassic?
You said Jurassic.
What is it? Jurassic?
Jurassic, yes, sir.
Jurassic Park. The tourist.
Yes.
I say the tourist because there's a ton of them, but there's the tourist. That's what he looked like.
Looked like somebody had just taken their grandfather on a trip to like Catalina or something, and he came back and he's like, yeah, I had this hat because I didn't want to get skin cancer from the sun.
Smart. That's what every dad would do.
So Kurt Angle is backstage. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable were impressed with his outfit. Chad Gable even said that we need to get hats like this because they're glorious. I think Bobby Roode said that he liked the shirt. No Way Jose danced by, and Kurt joined the conga line. Baron Corbin would then approach Kurt Angle and asked him when he last had a singles match in WWE. Angle said, 12 years or so. Corbin then said, okay, we'll get prepared because you're going to have a handicap match against AOP. Crowd popped. So they're like, oh my God, we're going to see Kurt Angle wrestle. Little did they know.
Yeah, little did they know.
So we got the second of 2 World Cup qualifying matches. This one went about 9-10 minutes long. It's Dolph Ziggler versus Dean Ambrose. As Ziggler distracted the referee, McIntyre ran down. Ambrose managed to fend him off. Then Rollins ran down and attacked McIntyre. Ambrose gave McIntyre an elbow drop off the top to the outside. Rollins tried to help up Ambrose, and Ambrose shoved him away. Went back to the ring, ate a super kick. Ziggler pinned him, lame finish, and then afterwards, Ambrose and Rollins start fighting, shoving each other up the mat, mainly Ambrose shoving Rollins. Rollins went after him, and they shoved again. Reigns then came out to separate the two, and Corbin would then come out. Corbin was laughing, and then goes, wait. I can't have the Shield dissolve under my watch. That would just be bad business. So instead, you guys are going to work together tonight to take on the team of Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre. Like, really? This match? Again? How many times have we seen this now since SummerSlam?
Too many. Too fucking many.
McIntyre, Ziggler, and Strowman had a meeting backstage. Ziggler and McIntyre were excited to take on the Shield. McIntyre was about to give Strowman a pep talk, but he basically told him, shut up, do your job, or you're going to get these hands.
So my boss tells me at work.
So then we get Finn Balor versus Jinder Mahal. Sunil Singh returned. So this match starts, and I'm like, oh, can't be too much more left on Raw. And I look at the clock, and I go, oh, crap. There's an hour left of this show. This show dragged.
Yeah.
2-minute match. Balor won very quickly with the coup de grace. Samir Singh, like I said, returned. Didn't get involved. No one really got involved. Corey Graves was excited about the return of Sunil Singh, and then Corey Graves goes, wait, who?
Mood.
After the match, no music for Finn Balor. Instead, Bobby Lashley came out with Lio Rush. Lashley had a stare down with Balor as Rush put over Lashley's physique. Balor and Bayley eventually left, and Lashley posed before he had a match with Tyler Breeze, about 3-minute match. Bell rang. Lashley posed. Rush was around ringside talking on the microphone like he did last week. Lashley had a delayed vertical suplex, then posed again. Breeze attempted a comeback, but Lashley cut him off with a power slam. Lashley posed again, hit a modified Dominator, and pinned Tyler Breeze. He's the new Chris Masters.
Yeah.
So then, Hall of Famers Trish and Lita come out. They were quickly interrupted by Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Bliss did an impersonation of Lita, and James did an impersonation of Trish. They continued mocking Trish and mentioned how long it's been since either of them wrestled. James suggested maybe they need some practice. Stratus said, we're open to that. Maybe we can get a little practice in. They got some cheers for that because people thought, oh, crap, we're going to see Lita and Trish, even if it's short. And then Alexa Bliss and Mickie James were like, yeah, okay, we can do that. We practice how we play. So they start to walk down the ramp. They go to take their jackets off, and then they stop, put their jackets back on and say, nah, baby, better not. Walk back away. That was it. And then Lita and Trish kind of hug and pose out in the ring. Very, very lame segment. It's backstage. The Riot Squad was mocking Bayley. Said something about how she's all alone because her best friend Sasha Banks isn't here. And I'm just like, well, I know what's happening soon. So we get 2-on-1 handicap match. It was AOP against the quote-unquote conquistador, who we were supposed to believe was Kurt Angle. I think it was Corey Graves goes,
Bless you.
I think it was Corey Graves. He goes, I think it was Corey Graves. He goes, who just travels around with a conquistador costume with him?
Didn't Kurt put on his Instagram that he was like gonna role play with his wife with it?
Kurt Angle said it was so tight it felt like he was wrestling in a condom.
So what I don't get is if he's gonna role play with his wife in that outfit, is he also role playing as the other people that have worn that costume before?
Like Edge and Christian?
And I want to know if that's the same exact costume.
I doubt it.
But fuck, how cool would that be?
So AOP destroyed this quote-unquote Kurt Angle in like 58 seconds. They then pulled his mask off, and it wasn't Kurt Angle. Corey Graves was like, well, who was that?
Who done it?
So the whole time, the whole 58 seconds or so, Corbin was on the ramp watching, laughing. And then all of a sudden, in vacation clothes and all, Kurt Angle appears and Angle slams Corbin on the ramp.
Which was really cool looking.
So I guess Angle's going to keep outsmarting. This is my prediction. Angle's going to keep outsmarting Baron Corbin, and then at Survivor Series, they do like Team Corbin versus Team Angle control over all.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh, you said go ahead. Anyways.
Oh, I thought you were like pausing for something.
No. I was scrolling to get to the next part of the notes. Anyways.
Got you. Taking a look at the chat real quick. Noah Hall says Trish and Lita still got it. Nah, who knows, man? We gotta see.
I mean, they look in good shape.
Da Real New York. Bobby's the new Chris Masters, and he was the first person to beat the Master Lock.
That is true. I didn't think about that.
There you go. Continuing on here.
So then we see the Riot Squad backstage, and they spread some ketchup and mustard on Natalia's locker room. Out of everybody, Natalya gets her personal locker room.
Yeah, that's odd.
You would think like maybe Ronda Rousey or
The Bellas.
The Bellas, or who knows? But yeah, Natalya of all people. Maybe it's because her husband's a producer now, so he pulled some strings.
Yeah.
So Natalya, Ruby, and the rest of the Riot Squad come out first during the commercial. Natty comes out, and she stops at the top of the ramp with a microphone, because Natty never comes out anymore without a microphone and backup.
Yeah.
She goes,
God, I hate it.
She goes, you really didn't think that I was going to come out here all by myself for a 3-on-1 attack, did you? I brought some backup. First up, Bayley. Bayley comes out. Third time we've seen Bayley tonight. She hugs Natalya, and she goes, we've also got another friend. And they pause for another second, and the return of Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks comes out. Match goes about 3 minutes or so. Natty seemed to have it won at one point with a sharpshooter on Ruby Riot when Sarah Logan would jump in, break it up, and cause the disqualification. This would then cause all 6 women to brawl. Sasha Banks wasn't, I don't want to say limited really. She didn't do too much, but she took some pretty good bumps. At one point, she got into the ring and was thrown right back out through the middle rope. Crashed and burned on the outside.
I think it's just probably mixed of me yawning. Me yawning and her taking time off to heal injuries, but also just to have time off.
Maybe. So then,
did you notice the tattoo that you reported?
Huh? Which one?
The fake tattoo.
It wasn't there. I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Oh, anyways. I didn't really report it, but anyways. So they get back in. She gets back into the ring. Natty had been kind of beat down by the Riot Squad. They then do, I guess it's Sasha and Bayley's double team tag team move where Sasha hits the backstabber to Liv Morgan. Liv pops back up right into a Bayley to belly. And the rest of the Riot Squad retreat. They stand tall with Natty in the ring. Natty did hit a German suplex on Ruby as well. So Elias came out, played a little riff on the guitar. Sounded actually pretty good. One of the better ones he's done.
Elias, I feel like he can actually play a guitar.
Oh, he can. He said it on the Edge of Christian podcast. He's been doing this drifter guitar player gimmick since he was on the Indies. He called himself the Rock and Roll Jesus. So Elias played his guitar. He said that he can see into the future and knows what John Cena knows, what the crowd knows. And that's the WWE stands for Walk with Elias, which I like that line because John Cena is the one that told him to use that "What does WWE stand for?" line when he just randomly said it backstage one time.
Exactly.
Elias claimed that he had lunch with Carson Wentz and asked about his injuries. Wentz told him that true pain was pretending to care about the shameful city of Philadelphia, and the crowd booed. Elias also took a shot at Gritty, the Flyers mascot, calling it a spitting image of every person in this city.
Yeah, because it's stupid looking.
Fat, ugly, googly-eyed slobs.
Yes, because that's what it looks.
It's stupid. That mascot's so stupid.
Elias was then tried to perform again before he was interrupted by Apollo Crews. Crews would come down.
Cruise control.
And crowd was whatever for Apollo. Crews said that he...
And the crowd went mild.
There you go. Crews said he can't play guitar. He can't sing. He's not even that funny. But none of that matters when you step into a ring. Elias heard that Crews was talented. He's just never seen any of that talent. He said, "It's just like I've never seen Bigfoot or the Flyers win a Stanley Cup." I like that line.
God.
Crews said he's kept his mouth shut for a very long time, and he's sick of just staying in the back. Elias went to attack him, and Crews caught him with an enziguri, held him up in a press slam for a while before dropping him down. I guess it was an okay segment.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Apollo. Like a lot. I like him a lot. I think he's great.
So there was a commercial for SmackDown 1000 plugging the appearance of Edge, Evolution, The Undertaker, and Rey Mysterio versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Edgeolution.
Huh?
Edgeolution.
Did I say that?
No, I'm just making a meme. I'm just making a joke.
So the Shield takes on Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre. If you noticed, throughout this entire episode, they were not once referenced as the Dogs of War.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ambrose and Rollins getting along fine at the start until Ziggler pushed Rollins into Ambrose. They argued, so Reigns tagged himself in and tried to settle things down. They were knocked all down by Strowman, and Ziggler gave Reigns a jumping DDT for a 2. Strowman worked over Reigns, and McIntyre hit a Strowman worked over Reigns and told McIntyre how it's done. He said, "This is how it's done." McIntyre would then tag himself in, pretty aggressive tag, put the boots to Roman Reigns. Strowman tagged himself back in, and McIntyre told him to get the job done. Strowman missed a charge and Reigns gave him a Samoan drop.
Reigns gives really good Samoan drops.
Oh, yeah.
They look real fluent.
Reigns was close to a tag, so McIntyre and Ziggler knocked his teammates off the apron. They gave Reigns the Claymore zigzag combo, but Rollins and Ambrose broke it up. Reigns then made the hot tag to Rollins, who then tagged in Ambrose. Ambrose and Rollins did consecutive suicide dives to McIntyre and Ziggler. Tried to do it to Strowman, but Strowman caught them both. Reigns then took out Strowman with a Superman punch on the outside. Ambrose used a jackknife cover on McIntyre, but Ziggler broke it up. Rollins fought him off, and Ambrose gave McIntyre the dirty deeds. Ambrose went to make the cover, and Ziggler shoved Rollins into Ambrose. Ambrose got in Rollins' face. Ambrose was about to back off, then Rollins grabbed him by the arm. Ambrose kicked him and was about to hit the dirty deeds, but Ziggler got in the way and gave Ambrose a zigzag for a near fall. Remember, Ambrose and Ziggler are the legal men.
Yes.
Reigns then came in and handed out Superman punches all around. He avoided a charge from Strowman, and then McIntyre gave Strowman a Claymore kick by mistake. Remember that, by mistake. Reigns then speared McIntyre. The Shield then gave the triple powerbomb to Dolph Ziggler. Ambrose jumped on top of him, pinned him 1, 2, 3, and the Shield celebrated, leaving together. Then, after the match, an irate Braun Strowman, who looked to be bleeding from the cheek, tossed Ziggler back in the ring, grabbed him basically by the throat and said, "I told you if you couldn't get the job done, you're going to get these hands." And he gave Ziggler a pretty good power slam. As he was getting to his feet, McIntyre hit him with the greatest Claymore kick ever.
Yeah.
McIntyre then marched off as his music played, looked back down as Strowman was trying to get to his feet, and the show ended with McIntyre standing tall and the commentary asking, what does this mean for Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, and Braun Strowman going forward? And that was Raw.
It was an okay show. Boring.
At times,
boring,
yes.
boring.
Actually, the whole middle segment, kind of.
It's boring, but with a 3-hour show, you take the good with it.
Like I said, most weeks it's okay, but this week it just felt like it dragged. Like I said, I get to that Finn Balor Jinder Mahal match and I go, oh crap, there's still an hour.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been Nick. You can follow me on Twitter at PWU_Armstrong. You can follow us on Twitter at PWUnlimited. Facebook/Pro Wrestling ULTD. Don't forget that we are on the iTunes podcast app. So when you're on the go, when you're in class and you choose to not listen to any of your teachers, or when you're at home not knowing what to do and you want to listen to one of our shows that you may have missed, or just listen to it on the go, you can get the show. Just search Pro Wrestling Unlimited on the Apple iTunes podcast app. It's a weird name for the iOS podcast app. And you'll find us there. Make sure you subscribe over there.
Or on any RSS feed app. You can just, most of them, where, you type in the URL for the RSS feed, you can actually click podcasts, type in the name of the podcast, and most of them will load it right up. Just like John Cena has done if you go check our Instagram.
Yeah, John Cena. If you guys want proof of John Cena liking our podcast, go to the Instagram right now. Tim, where can they find you?
You can find me everywhere at Timmy Buddy, almost everywhere. Soon, once PlayStation lets me change my name, which is coming soon.
I was about to say, you said everywhere. You made it sound like they finally changed it.
No, it's coming. PlayStation is working on it where you can change your name one time. If you want to change it again, it will be $9.99 for non-PS Plus members, $4.99 for PS Plus members. But just figure out what you want to change it to the first time, and it's free. It's coming soon, guys. Anyways, we'll be live again tomorrow following SmackDown 1000. We'll have all the latest updates leading up to tomorrow night's SmackDown 1000 here on the channel. Keep it locked right here. We'll see you guys live tomorrow.
See you later, folks.